I'm not sure if any of this will come as a big surprise to you. There's a good chance you're already familiar with some of the topics we'll cover today. If not, you should become acquainted with them immediately. If you are, consider this a friendly reminder. Some people may view this list negatively or even get offended because I use the term men in the title. Apparently, that is also something that offends people in today's world of trigger warnings and participation trophies, where everyone's favorite pastime is being offended. That guy isn't me. It's important to remember that everyone is different. If you ever find yourself feeling judgy or irritated by another person's actions or opinions, it's great that we all have our own unique set of preferences when it comes to what we enjoy, what we don't enjoy, what makes us happy, and what makes us sad. If everyone was exactly the same, life on Earth would be incredibly dull. Therefore, you shouldn't be angry, hateful, or offended by anything someone says or does simply because you disagree with their opinion or values. People can and should have varying tastes. Of course, that's fine and appropriate. Therefore, getting all worked up and offended every time someone says or does something you disagree with brings a lot of unnecessary negative emotion into your life and really demonstrates your lack of emotional and mental maturity. I could give you hundreds of instances to illustrate my point. Politics, religion, or even the relative merits of mobile operating systems, Mac versus PC, iOS versus Android, are the more heated debate topics of the day. People in the real world aren't always going to see things your way, and that's fine. Do your best. No one is watching. No one has any obligation to help you or an interest in your woes. You have to put in effort if you want to achieve success in life. These days, I see more people with a sense of entitlement, or the belief that they are owed some benefit or privilege than I ever have before. I don't know if it's the instant gratification of modern life or the participation trophy mentality of today's youth, but both contribute to a false belief that the things you want can be obtained quickly and easily. Well, it's a dog-eat-dog world out there, and few people beyond your inner circle truly care whether or not you succeed. Quite a few of those people out there are probably hoping you'll fail. If there's something you want in life, you have to work for it. However, there is no such thing as a free lunch. Putting in the time and effort required to accomplish anything is worth the blood, sweat, and tears it may cost. Quit moaning and grousing, stop expecting other people to fulfill your dreams for you, and start making them happen. You are completely ignorant. As my education progresses, my ignorance becomes increasingly apparent. That is a real thing, even if I am a long way from being a scholar or a philosopher. When I was 20, I fancied myself quite attractive. While in my 20s, I thought I had life figured out and was an adult. I see now that I was completely wrong. If I live to see my 60s, I have no doubt that I will feel the same way about my 30s. There is a very good chance that your current beliefs will be disproven in the future. The perm, mullet, and acid wash jeans were all the rage back in the 80s. Admittedly, mullets have made a bit of a comeback recently, but you get the point. This is true not just of your bad taste in clothing, but also of your politics and your very way of thinking. Just keep this in mind as you move forward with your life's major decisions. Do I think I'll want to eat humble pie and scold myself for my actions over the past decade? Every once in a while, you wake up to the fact that everyone else is experiencing the exact same thing. Furthermore, we are all essentially just a rabble of idiots who act as though they know everything when in fact they know very little. Relax your standards for both yourself and those around you. It's inevitable that there will always be someone better than you. If you aren't in the top 0.1% of your field, there will always be someone better than you. Even Mike Tyson, widely regarded as one of the greatest boxers of all time, was eventually defeated. Assume that there is always someone who is superior to you. Some people are just born with more natural talent, intelligence, or attractiveness than others. Some people are fortunate enough to be born into wealthy or illustrious families, which can provide a leg up when applying to elite universities or pursuing highly competitive professions. Don't sit around moaning about how someone else got the job you should have gotten, the girl you liked, the car you wanted, or the house you dreamed of because life isn't fair. As unfortunate as it may be, there are times when success is impossible. For instance, if I wanted to compete as the world's strongest man, I wouldn't have much of a chance against a guy like, say, Brian Shaw, who weighs around 684.0 pounds. It's not in the cards for me genetically. In reality, there is no such thing as a level playing field. As a result, I am now counted among those who think effort can be more important than natural ability. Sometimes you just can't put in as much effort as someone who has more natural talent or some other form of advantage. This doesn't mean you shouldn't try to achieve your goals. Put in your absolute best effort, and by that I mean you gave it everything you had, and whatever the results are, you should be proud of them and not compare yourself to others. It's not a contest over who has the most supporters. You should act civilized until it is appropriate to act otherwise. Being pleasant takes less effort than the alternative. When interacting with other people, I believe that niceness should be the default. Even though being nice doesn't always work, and you shouldn't be afraid to be a bit of a jerk if the situation calls for it, remember that honey attracts more bees than vinegar. Therefore, you can stop suppressing your opinions or pretending to be someone you're not just to be accepted. People will have varying degrees of dislike for you, ranging from "I don't like you" to "I hate you." And their reasons for doing so will be as varied as the people who feel this way about you. Some people will hate you solely based on the look on their face. Treat others kindly until you absolutely, positively, and unavoidably must stop doing so. Stay genuine and stop worrying about what other people think. You can't make everyone happy. To put it bluntly, some people are going to think you're terrible. Whatever it is, that's what it is. Okay, I think we covered the 5 unflattering facts. I hope you didn't leave the video feeling down. Nothing in it was meant to be critical. I did it because I think you all should know about it and because I want the best for you.